you often think about how technology becomes this strong power behind it, but it's the innovation of making it disappear that really is the germ of what makes everything works. And we both had similar ideas in which you had a ride and you made the story and the interactivity and the fact that you were looking into the world versus it, enclosed on you, I think is a magnificent way of looking how technology can affect you. But you also look at it from a business perspective, and how can you keep advancing it? So always create a platform around technology that keeps it growing and moving it forward. One of the things that sort of the slides got a little mixed up there in the end is to talk about how technology helps you in the back end with data and analytics. And now you kind of know what's going on. When you track people, you're able to look back into that data and use that data to help you understand your guests better and to make better experiences as you move forward.
Michael, same question to you. How important is technology and technical development for Mock, but then what do you think relative to the ride industry in general?
Well, I'm seeing it from a different perspective, maybe being a family-owned company. We're trying to be sustainable, at least that's what we try from generation to generation. So it's a bit of that you want to prove yourself towards the older generation, that you really want to say, okay, what can I do to surprise daddy? I mean, that's one of the really driving factor. But the other, I think it is indeed very important if you don't want to run out of business. But I think the world is getting so connected, so 360-degree, that you want to have like fun for the whole family, whether it be a ride system, whether it be an app, whether it be an experience in a park, whether it be a movie, whether it be a TV show. So I think it all interacts, and if you just stay where you are, I think you're going to have problems in the future because the people just like, and I think that what's happened to the showman in Germany. I mean, you have the Oktoberfest, you have all those big parties like where people would go to. But like the showmans never really invented a new technology. They never moved on. And nowadays they're literally out of business because everybody's just coming for drinking beer. So I think if you really want to have the people on your rides, if you want to have the sensation of it, what Nolan was saying earlier is that like you don't have the A vision of like everything looks beautiful in a theme park, but you also have to get the people to interact with the attraction. And so I think it's very important also for the future of theme parks.
Well, as a follow-up, you're 8th generation leadership at the company, and I'm just curious. I mean, it blows my mind that your company's been around almost as long as the United States has been around. It's just crazy. But with that in mind, how do you keep it fresh in terms of the ideas and the forward motion of the company, rather than getting stuck in this is the way we've always done it? I mean, you're the leader now. What is your thought process in terms of keeping things fresh and moving forward with the company?
I think it's always the mix of like really having like the experience people with you. I think it's the perfect balance mix what you should have like in an organization, that you let the young kids, and I mean, as weird as it might think, like take them serious, because nowadays you're having like kids with 18, 19 years playing on the mobile phone, doing whatever. I don't even know the program, Snapchat and whatever they have, and they think like that's cool, And I think you have to attract everybody. And as you said, I was wondering whether I say like, I don't know if it's good or bad that we as old as the United States are, because you can be outdated really quickly. So I'm quite happy, even though I'm just 30 years old, to be invited. But you could have been like Mark Rides could be somewhere out in nowhere if we wouldn't have that change with like really bringing new people in, whether it be new engineers. I mean, if you look back at the Mack Rides engineering department, we have an average age of 28 years, which is amazing to me, because in the old days, the Imagineers were like the first class stewardess, 40 years in business, and we know what to do and stuff like that. But they were not attracting necessarily the young kids or the crowd who come to your theme park. So I think it's a balance also in your organization to really listen to young people and just have the mix between the wise and elderly people combined with the young kids. So I think it's that's the secret of it, and I'm happy that luckily it looks like that we made a change which supported Mack and Europa Park.
Okay. So, Aaron, tell us a little bit about the challenges of developing an app that both works on the ride, but then is also fun to play at home.
Yeah, I think, for us, it took us a while to kind of wrap our heads around what kind of experience do we want to supply to somebody at home? How do we want them to interact with it before they get to the park? How do we want to How do we want them to act with it maybe while they're at the park at times? And more importantly, at the end. And how do we make that a cyclical cycle that allows people to bounce back to the park and drive revenue? So for us, I think it was all about interconnecting those points and those scores, trying to make sure that they had the feel of the real game. Obviously, you're not going to get the real feel, right? But you're going to get the feel of it. And then score those points so that there's something to drive you back to the park, which in our case turned out to be badges. So as you do well in the game, in the virtual app, it shows up in the game at the park, and vice versa. You do well at the park, it shows up in the game on the app. And so that's where I think where we took a lot of time developing that piece and putting it together.
Okay. Denise, so we've got slideboarding technology now, and is there plans, or are there plans to expand on that in the future, or are you looking in different directions?
So, as I was saying before, it's a platform, it's not a product. It's a way of looking at how you invent and create on a larger canvas. And I also think that we learned about our marketplace a lot by seeing how other people would come in, specifically the moms. In that case, was opening the doors to them. But how does technology, innovation, learning how through analytics, how they're coming, how they're playing, what they want to do, and then how you use those platforms to keep re-innovating. What I think is nice is how you mentioned bringing younger people or just younger thought into it. I invite everybody here to always think out of the box or without a box at all and encourage next gen. And those of us, I'm 54 years old and I still feel like I'm a lady in a lady suit and a 7-year-old when you unzip me and find out who I really am. I really truly believe that we have a young spirit and we're all given permission to innovate and come up with new things. And one of the things that I think is great about a platform is now, what if this becomes a dry slide, a water coaster, a 2-person, a 6-person coaster? What if it's not a slide at all and it becomes something that goes around the whole entire park? What if it becomes something that becomes on roller coasters where you can play games on it from now on? What if it becomes something where we're all working together? Like, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for speaking with me. But I'd like to do a ride for you where we can interact together and do our technology together.
Networking.
Yeah, so Chip, how's it going? I got my card. I'll be talking to you soon. So what if we all start collaborating? And this is one of the most wonderful places. Thank you, Monty, for finding ways to bring us together, innovate together. So the next solution perhaps isn't just what we come up with, but what we come up with, and working together to meet the demands of generations of entertainment.
Very good. Michael, one more question for you. You were talking about your young engineers, and relative to the new ride, what was more challenging to develop? The mechanics of that or the control system? How did you get through all that? Because that's a pretty complex ride system. There are effects on it as well, right?
I do think it was more the electrical side to it, because it was the first time we did a ride without a block system. So we have like a double checking.
Explain to everybody what a block system is. We're not riding.
Well, it's like kind of like it's a safety thing that you make sure that when there's no power, the train stops in a block. Literally. So if you don't have any power on the roller coaster, you make sure that they don't bump into each other, literally. And here we don't have anything that breaks the ride apart from the drive unit, which really is on the coaster. That was really difficult to figure out where the train is on the track, because it's a quite heavy train, a couple of tons. So you don't want to make sure that they don't bump into each other, because then it's going to be heavy damage. So the security and the security programmation of it, I think that was the hardest thing on that ride.
Okay. We've got a few minutes left, so I'd like to open it up to the audience. Are there any questions for Denise, Aaron, or Michael? Anybody? You have one over here.
Hi, my name is Bran. I'm a Next Gen member. My question is, we've talked a lot about cutting edge technology and how that's used in themed entertainment, but I think that there's also some great ways that really commonplace technology can be used to the advancement of immersive environments. What is the best way that you've seen a not so advanced piece of technology used in a themed environment?
How about a next gen question back to you? What do you think it is?
I can tell you why I'm here is because I heard a recording of someone singing the scales from an open window in Disney World that said voice lessons, and I was really excited that they decided to put that in because they really didn't need to. It was in an area that nobody went, and there were a lot of excuses they could give if it was silent, but they did it anyway, and that made me really excited.
Just to hear somebody singing in the middle of a themed environment, it brought a whole different feeling, not a bit of technology, just a genuine human voice singing really well.
Well, I was a recording of a voice, but yeah.
Recording.
Well, I can tell you there is one attraction that comes to mind, and I think it opened 20 years ago maybe, but the Disney Honey, I Shrunk the Audience attraction. I'm sure most of you remember that. But when they have that rat tail effect go off, I mean, it's a little rubber hose under the seat. But the waves of screams that they would create in the audience were incredible, and they could control it because they would move it through the audience. It was a very, very simple technology, but very effective.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
What is the conversion rate on the water slide to the app?
About 30%. So what's interesting is we'll end up, we've done over 500,000 rides across all the parks with at the live parks. We'll do about, whatever that 30% would be on the other side. Having said that, we'll average about 3 rides per person on the live park side, and we'll average nearly 100 rides on the virtual side. And obviously the difference is you don't have to carry something back up to the top. You don't have to wait in line. So although the conversion rate is smaller, the engagement is much higher, and we can track the people that play the app and how many times they come back to the park, and it's much, much higher, that engagement.
What's interesting is that we're talking about some of these slides. I think we have 13 slides now. A lot of them are retrofits. So we're having 3-time riders on old slides that have not been big generation lines, making new lines out of things that have been there for 20, 30 years. Completely taking an older slide and making it feel completely fresh. These parks were able to completely advertise their slide business as if it was a new slide. It is a new slide because it's not gravity, it's about playing a game. And so that kind of thinking too is sort of like what you were asking in the next gen sort of way. How can we look at what we have and reinvent some of that sort of expression of interactivity in new and different ways that draws people to the park or to the sides of the park that we want to invest some engagement.
Relative to the investing and putting into an old ride and making it new, which do you see as more of a trend? I know you only have 13 installations, but are there new slides going in more often than the retrofit, or which is? It's
about 50-50. Yeah, it's about half, and I think it's because you can create a better ride experience when you're starting from scratch rather than trying to figure out how to make the ride work within the technology patterns. But I have found that in creating, having a platform where you can go retro or you can go new gives you more technology swag. You can kind of invent new things to go with it. We've been challenged to come up with, 2, 4, 6-person ride vehicles. So that new slide theory gives you more techno chops to come up with new innovation.
Okay. Any other questions?
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm with SetPoint. Innovation tends to be a high-risk, high-reward game. What have been your biggest challenges in trying to convince your peers and contemporaries to hop on board?
Great question.
God, good question.
You want to take it?
The first thing that I would say about hopping on board is it's not just up us to be innovators and risk takers, to spend money, time, investment, bring teams together, because none of this could happen unless you had a very significant team around the engineering, the safety, the electronics, and whatnot. It takes operators to take risks because they know that they're coming on board as an adopter, and that's a really hard place to be. So we don't just encourage us sitting here as developers, business planners, manufacturers. We have to rely on the operators to also take risks. And the only way we can be technically capable of taking the next chance is by operators and decision makers taking risks with us. And we call them our partner parks. And the reason we do that is because we're asking them to be partners in the growth, and we all will benefit by their feedback, the growth of it. So I challenge us all to take risks with technology. It's the only way that we're going to grow, and it's the only way that we're going to find new ways of bringing in innovation into our industry.
I think the tag on to that, it's from our end, we have to support those operators so that they feel that they can handle this new technology. If it's something completely foreign to them that they haven't had to use before, it's up to us to make sure that they have the tools to be able to pull it off correctly.
And I would answer the same. I mean, that might be the strengths of being a manufacturer and theme park operator. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't have built Arthur anywhere else in the world than in Europa Park Roost. I mean, honestly speaking, the operation guys and our technical guys were overwhelmed by the technology we put in. And we really needed the help for the first 1.5 years of the manufacturer to make the whole system go smoothly.
Even as your own park, it was still struggling.
Yeah, well, my dad always says, like, we can't sue ourselves because I'm the shareholder of both companies. So. But operation is a big part of that, taking risks.
Any others?
Cynthia Sharp, ThinkWell. Follow up on the app question. The case study that you cited, the older tween downloaded the app and played the game prior to going to the park. How often do you see that? What's your percentage split of app use prior to visit versus downloading it after visit? And what are the demographics on the app usage?
Great question. So I'm going to answer it with kind of a vague answer, though, because it's possible that they will download the app, play the app, and then use a different game name at the park. So we don't necessarily know every single time that somebody plays the app, plays at the park, and see those timestamps. But we can see a general conversion rate of about 20% of all people that download the app play before they come to the park. And we hear that both, we can see that in analytics, but we also hear it from our clients telling us and getting feedback from their guests. And I forget the second part of your question, I'm sorry.
And how about that?
Offhand, I don't know, but somewhere in the neighborhood, like I said, we'll do about a 30% total conversion rate.
Their age ranges, or I think it's demographics you're looking for?
Oh, demographics. Yeah, we don't ask demographics because of COPA laws.
Because of their age, we can't find out if they're under 14. So there is some sort of blur on how old they are.
18 and over, 18 and under.
No.
No. For a slideboarding standpoint, the only information we're really collecting is that game name and then their birth date. And that really acts as a password.
We could, but that also takes our partner parks being able to work with us on that, because a lot of the knowledge could be a tracking system that they're using, whether it's from POS or the way that they're engaging, like season pass holders or whatnot, that we have related data to. And it's up to us to make those decisions whether we're going to analyze that. So it's not always up to the manufacturer to be able to get that information.
I think we have time for maybe one more question.
Greg Center, Universal Creative. Another app question. Are you able to use the app for a revenue stream via, like, say, advertising either directly with the operator or product placement within the operator, the parks?
Another great question.
You want to?
Well, there's two sides to it. Yeah. One side of the app question is we created an app that mimics the slide for every park. Yeah. So when you go to download the app, you'll see all these choices of which rides you want to go on. You can go to any of the 13 parks and be able to download an app that goes specifically to that game. Do you want the app you download generally, but then you can go to that specific park and ride that. When the app comes up, it actually shows that park, and they push through their marketing materials right in the very beginning. So you show the park, maybe something that's featured for that summer, and we can push marketing and information to the user within a certain amount of time. We ask the parks to give that to us, so they get to choose what they want to play before you start playing the game itself. And that game is the exact mimic of that slide. So when they go down that slide, it's different than any of the other slides. So when you go and try a different slide on the app, you realize that you're actually going down their slide in Wisconsin versus Korea versus wherever the attraction is.
All right, with that, I'd like to thank our panelists, Michael, Denise, and Aaron, and thank you all for your attention.
Thanks, Monty. Thank you, Monty.